Luna, feed the chicken. I'm getting ready to feed the chickens. So let me come over here and open the gate. Open the coop. Open that. It's really hard. Okay, there we go. Open that up. Look here. The chickens know that I am coming to feed them. The chickens. Feed me, Mama. Feed me, Mama. That's Streak, our little rooster. Okay. So we'll put the food out. Move, Luna. Get some more. Get out, Luna. Get out, Luna. Some more. And this is going over here. These guys. These little ones were getting big. And at least one of those is going to be a rooster. Maybe more. But I know for sure that one of them is going to be a rooster. This pretty brown one that just jumped down is definitely a rooster. His name is Hershey. And I don't know if another one is or not. We may have another one. I think that other one right there with the white feathers around its neck is probably a rooster also. He's going to be pretty too. And the rest of them I think are hens, if I'm lucky. But those are the only ones that I see that have any evidence of getting sickle feathers. The sickle feathers are the long feathers on their tail that hang down and are so pretty. So let me do this. Look this out for them. I usually do that in two spots so they don't fight over it. Ooh, that's a pretty feather. Put it there. Wait a minute. There's a nice feather. Pick that up. Put that in there. I'll let these guys out. I'll let these out first so the big ones don't compete so much. Ooh, there's another feather right there. That's a pretty feather also. It's going to need to be washed. So when I talk about washing feathers, this is what I'm talking about. They've been on the ground. They're a little scruffy looking. But after I've washed them, they're gorgeous. So, let me see. Let's see if there's any more. Frequently in the morning, I'll find feathers right here on the ground around the outside of the coop. Where they've done that and they ruffle their feathers and the feathers fly out the door. So in the meantime, I'm going to put this up here, up there on top of that, and let these guys out. Now I have to do it from this side. Come in here and open this. Lift it up. And here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And the chickens are out. my automatic water. Yeah, it really works well. What I have there is my hose at the faucet. There's a drip, and I just take advantage of it by attaching this hose to it and letting it drip into this container, so they have fresh water all the time. It's made a bit of a muck over here. Now, I need to come up with some way to take advantage of this wet spot. I'm not exactly sure what to do. I know there are plants that like to grow in wet conditions, and that might be what I need to do. There, look at this. I think, what are these insects flying all about? They're not flies. Or if they're flies, they're not like the flies that we're accustomed to seeing. I don't know what they are. Let's see. There's some algae in there. I don't know what it's. It's not a fly. I don't know what those are. We've got some green algae or some blue-green algae growing in there. And I need to come up with some way to divert that water. I will. I'll do some research on that and come up with some way to take advantage of this water. It may even be just like digging a little trench and putting some tile down in it to direct it to a plant that I want to keep watered. That probably would be a good idea. Like right over here, that shrub right there is Macaria, and that's a nice shrub. It blooms really pretty in the summer. I mean, this early spring. And then again, that's my brooder. And it's emptied, but I haven't washed it out. Need to do that one of these days. One of those things that doesn't have to be done right now. And weeds coming up. But back here behind this, okay. But this tree right here, little tree I planted a couple of years ago, last year in fact, I think. It's a black mulberry, so it's gonna be good. Now right next to this here, it's a blackberry. Got to get that out. And that plant right down there is pokeweed, poke salad, as is that one right there. So those need to be dug up. This stuff right here, that's what are they? It's the stick tights. I can't forget what the scientific name is, but the seeds that stick to your clothes that are triangular. That's what that is right there. It's a legume. Get that out. This is one of these. It's not completely back burner. It's on the upper level of the back burner. This needs to be cleaned out, because I had all of this stuff cleaned all the way to the ground last spring. You may have seen videos of it from this spring, but it has grown up as tall as I am in 1 year. So yeah, I need to get out here with my loppers and clean this up again. Well, it'll take one afternoon. It's not a big job. It looks like a great big job. It's not a big job. Just a matter of getting out here with my loppers and trimming stuff down. I might even borrow somebody's weed eater and get in here with the weed eater. That would be even easier. Not all of it is, I mean, some of it is the stems are too big for a weed eater to get. But I think a weed eater would do a whole lot of it. So I may do that. That would be easy. And this right here, this shrub right there, it's not a shrub. That's actually a green ash tree. It's been cut down at the ground, so it's branched out and it's looking like a shrub. But that will be a great big tree. And I don't want it to be a great big tree right there, so I'm gonna cut that down again. And all in here, all of this stuff needs to be cut down again. This area in here is the area right over in here. This area in here is where I've got a big patch of poison ivy. Right in here. This is my other side of my shed. And right in here you start seeing, right down in there, start seeing poison ivy. Do you see the poison ivy? That's why I haven't cleaned this out. All in here, look at this. All in here. It's poison ivy. It's interesting though. Look at, I don't know if you can tell the difference. I can tell the difference in the color of this poison ivy at this end of this, I'll call it a bed. I don't know what else you call it. Is a different color. This is a lighter green than this area, this part right in here. It may not be obvious on the camera. Right in here is a darker green than this right in here. I don't know if you can tell the difference. And another thing, this is goldenrod right here, plant right there. That's goldenrod. I may leave that. I don't know if you can see along the stem. They look, they're dead. This has been an aphid magnet. I had these, actually I left some of these in my garden last year because they were simply covered with aphids. And by having this plant that the aphids love, they didn't attack my other plants as much. This year I pulled out and dug out the goldenrod that was growing in there and had forgotten why I had left it. There you go. And we have an escapee now. It looks like Domino. Yep, I can tell that's Domino. Domino has, the comb is flat and wide. And the other chickens pick on him. It's got black spots on it where it's bled and dried. And the other chickens are out. So in the meantime, it's time to go back in. We'll find some other things to do, but for now, that's it for the chickens this morning. This right here, this is Dolly. This chicken, this is my other chicken that lays eggs on my front porch. And she likes having the great big can of food all to herself. Look at this. Now this rooster right here, this rooster's Nico. He's not top dog, but he doesn't appear to have any injuries on his comb like the other one does. And that Luna. So Luna and Nico are joining in, getting in the can. Chicks in the can. Elvis. So they're having a feast. Bye, y'all. See you next time.